Welcome to another fresh edition of Poly Playbook.
We're serving up all the hot action, cool plays,
and everything in between for Cal Poly Athletics.
I'm Connor McCarthy.
I'm Nate Edelman.
I'm Brian Strong.
Poly Playbook starts now.
Who do you think will win the Super Bowl this year?
I think the Patriots are going to win.
Hi, I'm Joe Schutz, and I'm here at Spanos Stadium.
I'm Megan Healy here at Staples Center.
Myself will be taking on Sierra Highland, best pitcher in Big West softball history. Let's see how this goes.
Tune in every week to Poly Playbook, right here on Mustang News.
Hello and welcome to another fresh edition of Poly Playbook. We're serving up all the hot action, the cool plays, and everywhere in between for Cal Poly Athletics. I'm Joe Schutz, and Poly Playbook starts right now. Cal Poly baseball alumni returned to Baggett Stadium for the annual alumni game on Saturday. Baseball fans got their first look at the 2018 Mustangs as they routed the alumni 14-2 in their annual preseason game. Several new additions to the Cal Poly team came up big for the Mustangs. Freshman Blake Wagenseller got things going early with a 2-run blast in the first inning. Wagenseller and freshman Tate Samuelson drove in a combined 5 runs, while freshman starting pitcher Darren Nelson struck out 7 batters over 4 innings to pick up the win. The Mustangs opened the season Friday against Gonzaga in the College Baseball Classic Surprise in Arizona. After a great sophomore campaign, Cal Poly Baseball Junior starting center fielder Alex McKenna has been catching the eye of Major League scouts as his draft stock rises. McKenna was ranked number 10 in a statistical analysis of the top hitters in Division I baseball and was recently ranked number 11 among eligible outfielders for the draft as well. The Mustangs begin the 2018 season with 4 games in Surprise, Arizona against Gonzaga in the Surprise Tournament this Friday. Cal Poly softball finished the Weinsberg Memorial Tournament last weekend with 3 wins and 2 losses. They were defeated by number 5 ranked team UCLA, but conquered Maryland and Middle Tennessee. The women will travel to Cathedral City this weekend for the Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic Tournament beginning Saturday the 17th at 3:30 against Sacramento State. Today we start a new segment featuring Mustang News reporter Daniel Sanchez. We know he can handle anything on the gridiron as a member of Cal Poly's football team, but can he handle your sport? Today, Daniel takes on Mustang swimmer Allie Eppel in this week's Daniel Does Your Sport.
Hey, I'm Daniel Sanchez here at Anderson Aquatic Center, ready to take on Cal Poly's Swim and Dive's very own Allie Eppel here in this week's version of Daniel Does Your Sport. And we're going to go ahead and dive right in.
Good job, wow.
Disadvantage.
Wow.
I'm already at a disadvantage.
Okay, listen, I have a lot more hair on my head than you. Okay, so left foot curls over. Yep, okay. Run out. Okay. Take your mark. Your hands go here.
All right.
And this foot goes back. And he says go.
Oh, it's above the head?
Above the head. Go.
3, 2, 1, go!
Good race.
Only L of the season. Son of a...
Stick to football.
All right, well, Daniel tried this sport at Anderson Aquatic Center. Didn't go the way I planned. Got in the L column. I'll be back next week trying to get in the win column on next week's edition of Daniel Does Your Sport.
Stay tuned for more segments like this coming up with Mustang Versus and Daniel Sanchez. The Cal Poly women's basketball team hosted Long Beach State on Saturday, February 10th in a Big West Conference matchup. Reporter Hannah Aldovic has the highlights.
After losing to UC Davis on Wednesday night, the Cal Poly women's basketball team tried to get back in the win column as they hosted last place Long Beach State. Here in the first quarter, Leah Pepe knocks down the jumper to become 3rd on the all-time Cal Poly scoring list. Then in the 3rd quarter, Shauna Basalo drives down the lane, hits the Eurostep, and lays it in. In the beginning of the 4th quarter, Leah Pepe is dropping dimes with a sweet pass to Zoe Wong for the bucket. Then with the Mustangs up by 1, Dim drives, kicks it out to Mary Kate Evans for the 3, and she buries it. Long Beach tried to make a comeback, but Shanaza Davison pulls up and hits the jumper to make it a 3-point game. With the shot clock winding down, Lynn Leapepe drives, puts up a tough shot, and gets it to go. Then, with less than a minute to go, Din Leapepe rips the ball away and takes it all the way in for the layup to seal the game, as Cal Poly went on to win by a final score of 70-61.
I don't feel like we were our sharpest today, but it's always good to get a win. And Long Beach State is very athletic and so young and scary.
The women's basketball team is back in action this Thursday, February 15th, when they take on UC Irvine. Time to secure another W.
The Cal Poly men's basketball team traveled to Southern California this weekend for a matchup against CSU Long Beach. The Mustangs could not sustain a lead over Long Beach despite senior Luke Meikle leading the team, scoring 15 points. Freshman guard Isaiah James also had an impressive game, scoring 11 points, a career high for him. The Mustangs lost to Long Beach 73-54. They will next play a 3-game homestand starting Thursday against UC Davis in Mott Athletic Center. Cal Poly women's tennis lost its dual match against Fresno State on Saturday by a final score of 6-1. Sophomore Sariana Saltzin won her match in 2 sets, 6-4 and 7-5. Cal Poly also lost its first conference dual match against CSU Northridge by a final score of 5-2. Senior Molly Reed won her match in 2 sets, 6-3 and 6-3. Freshman Grace Oliphant also won her match in 3 sets, 3-6, 6-2, and 6-1. Cal Poly's next dual match is against San Diego State this Saturday at 11 a.m. in San Diego. Men's tennis traveled to Arizona State this past weekend to play in the annual ASU Invitational. The Mustangs went 0-2 in the tournament, losing to rivals Fresno State and the Sun Devils. In the dual match against Fresno, the Mustangs lost 4-3 after defeating the Bulldogs at home the previous weekend. The match against Arizona was quick, playing against 3 nationally ranked opponents, losing 4-1. Men's tennis returns to action this Saturday against San Francisco State at home. Here's some of the upcoming action for the Mustangs. Women's basketball will travel to UC Irvine to take on the Anteaters Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Men's basketball hosts UC Davis this Thursday at Mott Gym at 7 p.m. And baseball will travel to Surprise, Arizona this Friday to square off against Gonzaga in the first round of the Surprise Tournament at 4 p.m. Well, that's all we have for Poly Playbook sports action this week. You can follow us on Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook, or you can log on to MustangNews.net for continuous Cal Poly sports coverage. I'm Joe Schutz, and have a great rest of your week.